Braids of Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. We're going to do a little bit of crypto and coffee. I got the coffee going, and we're going to take a look at ASM. We're looking into a couple of readings that come out of a few finance pages of different investors who are, basically talking about what's going on with BTC and such. Well, let's get it started. Well, here's a quick reading from, let's take a look. OK Coins Lao, which basically told a finance forum that, so here's a quote from him. He said, fundamentally, the continuation of monetary expansion and the declining purchasing power is not disappearing and will only drive more interest into scarce assets like Bitcoin. So there's one view of it, and, a lot of people are going on the buy the dip philosophy, and there's some news about the new Omicron variant. There's some field uncertainty over the Federal Reserve inching toward tighter monetary policy in the face of surging inflation. Those are a couple of words that are getting thrown around out there, and the Omicron variant. Basically, the dramatic crash was supercharged by liquidations in the crypto derivatives markets. Let's see what else we got on. What's other people talking about here? Let's see. Geez, some of the marketplaces, BTC's price was at 28,000 yesterday. Wow. I mean, when we had that dip, it looks like on some of the exchanges, 28,000 was, holy smoke. That's pretty awesome there. And, it just basically, looks like Terra Luna had a good day just because of it. Looks like El Salvador bought the dip. They're pretty into BTC over that way. And, a lot of it's looking like just talking about the new Omicron variant, and, people just uncertain about times. People are just basically like cashing my money out and moving to the hills. So, it's a scary time during this whole process. Everybody's kind of uncertain about a lot of things. A lot of people got different views and everything, and the market's definitely going to be affected. So it's not the first time the nation's seen runs at different kinds of illnesses and stuff, and we're all still here. So we always got to keep that in mind, and but you always remember these are my views and opinions on the market, and that's the way they should be viewed, and you always got to do what's right for you. Taking a look at ASM here, looks like the scenario that we talked about yesterday did basically play out, and it's coming back to a retest support at 0.986. If this doesn't hold, then 0.7 is on the table, and 1080 is a really awesome sale price as far as I'm looking ahead as far as accumulation. Let's take a look at BTC here. It is dipping down to. It is playing out that scenario where we're going to come down and more than likely check maybe 46,000 for possible double bottom, get a bounce, either some sideways action and then up, or we could be grasping some support here and then possibly working on our next move up. So it remains to be seen. From the charts that I look at a lot of the different coins, I know this is kind of weird, but I use a lot of different coins as patterns because they really show what the BTC dominance is. As you can tell, a lot of the coins, they adjust to BTC in different ways. And so when you take the consistency of the patterns that come out in a lot of different coins, you can almost use like maybe 3 or 4 coins in your setup to actually almost see where BTC is starting to go. So I have a few coins. I have like 5 coins that I look at that give me a good idea of what's because they hold to the they basically hold to the BTC pattern, like pretty dang close. And So as I look at the different each one of those coins, it basically starts getting to have a setup of almost, I don't want to say predictions. I mean, I'm not talking freaking psychic stuff, but it gives me an idea of when the sales are going to start happening. So, I keep an eye on those. As you can tell, like, we got this set up with BTC, but if you look at ASM, it's already got this set up here, which, usually if BTC is going to go, further up, a lot of these coins will basically look like they're getting set up and ready to take off. But, and they're just waiting for BTC to take off up a little bit more. So they're usually set up in basically like kind of a bullish flag area. And then they're just basically getting ready to take off. And a lot of them will start taking off as BTC takes off. But when BTC started to take a little bit of a dip, they really start setting up like, the little, bearish butterfly pattern. The one thing I do notice is it's starting, on these, it's actually starting to kind of balance out here, as far as that goes. Because, before in like last week in the last videos, a lot of our patterns were starting to set up with like a bigger, there was a bigger area here on the patterns, and, it'd be like a really small area. But now they're pretty much evened up, and, the peaks are just about starting to balance out. So are we getting closer to the bottom? And and everything just, we're still waiting on BTC to figure it out. But as far as that pattern sets up, and then we look at the BTC pattern, so we've almost got that, but we haven't quite got the drop yet that came in from ASM. So this right here more than likely would play out on this action here, and hope to get some sideways action here, and then the next move up remains to be seen. Are we going to be coming down to 42,000? 42,000 is on the table as far as the uncertainty level for myself as far as looking for sales. So it's one to keep an eye on. Right now everybody's just we're all in the same boat. We're just like, what's going to happen with BTC? I'm holding back. I'm waiting for the sales down here. I'm looking forward to some more sales into next week, and we're just going to keep an eye on it and playing it by ear for the next couple of weeks. That'd probably be the best thing as far as ASM, and at point 1080, we've been waiting for that for weeks now. It is getting to that point where everything's at an awesome sale, and could everything go really good. And we've all been in crypto for years and stuff now, and well, a lot of us, but I know a lot of the new people that are coming in, they're kind of like, well, what's going on and stuff like that. But it's a bumpy ride coming into crypto. Everybody knows that. It's a roller coaster, but that's why a lot of people love it. It's exciting. It gets the blood flowing. It almost so, but yeah, we've had our ups and downs. There's always been FUD. We've had, the COVID beginnings, and then we had the market drop, come down, and then, we've been making it through it, and everything's been starting to recover, and then all of a sudden another variant, and then we go down, and then everything, once they figure it out, it's okay, then the market goes back up. It's the roller coaster that we roll in. So I guess whenever we get everything figured out, but it's until that point, it's accumulation time, and whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, we gotta be out there looking for the sales and the next big money grabber and such. But yeah, as far as ASM goes, let's look for some price action. If this if this point 0.9 doesn't hold when it comes back down for support, then we're really looking towards probably looking at 0.07 is on the table, and then if 0.07 doesn't hold, then we're looking at 0.05. Let's take a look at this, clear this chart out here, and then we'll get another setup for at least have an idea where we're sitting at here. So it is testing support here at the 7.8. If it does get a bounce here, and looking at at least looking at a higher low, and then possibly going for that higher high, and then basically get some action like this and then up. So if it does get this bounce, off the 618. Let's take a look here, and we'll. So if we can get back over 0.251 at the 786, then we'll be, basically starting to put in that higher high. Even here, as long as we get over 11, 0.1192, we should start working back up on that upward trend, and then basically back up. That would be the ideal situation. But if this does, if this support doesn't hold at 0.104, then we're looking at the previous scenarios that we were looking at. The possibly 0.0748 is on the table here for something that it would basically look like this, and then we hit this at 7, and then we get some buying pressure, and then possibly that that slingshot back up. But we got to keep an eye on the news. We're going to keep looking for what's net. Then we're going to have to go day by day this next couple weeks. Keep an eye on the news. We're going to keep an eye on what this variant's doing. We're going to keep an eye on the market, and we're going to keep posting it. And I always enjoy all the comments that everybody has about what's going on, and that's what our community is about. We let everybody know what's happening ahead of time, so that way we as a community can get it out. If something's rocking, we get it popping. When the community comments, we can look it up, and then we see that action, we can tweet that action, and we can get it out there faster. And that's way we get we can get some news, some opinions, some good insight on some coins. If something's taking off, rocking out, we want to know about it. So yeah, let's keep that action going. We're enjoying those comments that's coming out here, and yeah, keep an eye on those. But this has been Coffee and Crypto with ASM, and yeah, you all have a good day, and we'll take a look at the markets. If there's any drastic changes during the day, we'll post some videos up immediately. And but yeah, this is Mr. Big Braid signing out, and you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and they should only be seen as such. So and you always got to do what's right for you. Mr. Big Braid signing out.